Hi, this is Jason P. Wilson, 01 X-Force, and this is my posting of Marvel books that I'm currently reading. I did one on other DC books, Bat Family and X Family. These are my non-family books that I'm posting. I do have my Avengers in here as well. I dropped a lot of Avenger books, so I didn't see a point in doing Avengers family book posting. I threw them in here. I'll go ahead and start with Incredible Hulk. I'm a huge Hulk fan. I read for a long time Hulk, which is really the Rolk book on Red Hulk, and I did enjoy that, though I dropped it. I just felt, wait, why is the main book, the main Hulk book, the Incredible Hulk, $2.99, yet the Hulk book of Red Hulk is $3.99? Why the heck would you do that? The best is obviously Incredible Hulk. So if you're gonna drop that to $2.99, why the hell wouldn't you go ahead and drop Red Hulk to $3.99? What, is he better? I don't think so. I do enjoy his storylines, but I consider Hulk, the Red Hulk books, a secondary book in the Hulk books. Number one is Incredible Hulk, bar none. I mean, even though there's been some great runs in Hulk, Incredible Hulk has been consistently very top notch. It's been solid, a very solid comic to consistently read. So when I was making cuts, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out. It was a good time to end. I actually ended with this one here. I don't know if you can see that, but it was the final chapter in the World War Hulks, and I stopped there, and I actually had the run that was going on that I didn't really care for the art too much, so I thought, you know what, it's a good time to stop. So yeah, Incredible Hulk is a great comic, and being a huge Hulk fan myself, gosh, I'll do a review. I'm sure you've seen plenty of them on the animated movie on Planet Hulk, which was great. But yeah, on the ongoing Hulk, it just ended here. This is Planet Savage. It was a fun story arc. The new one that's coming up, I think next week, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a run on kind of on the relationship between Hulk, Bruce Banner, and Red She-Hulk, Betty. So I'm also, I read the ongoing, or I thought was the ongoing She-Hulk series. It ended up only being 4 issues. I'll make a post on that separately. But next up here is Amazing Spider-Man. I actually started reading Spider-Man at the big time jump on point. I'd read Ultimate Spider-Man, but I'd only read here and there, mostly trades of the Amazing Spider-Man. I've always been a big Spider-Man fan, but it being such an expensive book, and being so many little tie-ins, I kind of avoided it the same way I would avoid a lot of X books that I didn't necessarily feel I needed to have, because of it gets expensive when you're trying to read all these comics. If I was won the lottery, I would buy so many comics, because they're all great. But this is one that I picked up that I just can't stop reading. It's been, for me, really good. In fact, I stopped reading it and then started reading. I kept on doing that, but that got expensive because once you miss a few issues of Amazing Spider-Man, you try to buy them on eBay to get back issues or whatever, you end up paying more. So I thought, shoot, it's going to be more expensive if I drop it and want to get a back issue. So I might as well just keep it. And I'm really glad, because especially this story arc that is starting is probably one of my favorites, because it ties in to Spider-Man joining the Fantastic Four. In fact, this story arc, in at least this issue, is almost like a prequel to the next book that I'm going to post, and that is what used to be the Fantastic Four. It's now the Future Foundation, and it is one of the strongest first issues I have ever read, bar none. And it really made me excited. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to drop my Spider-Man book, Amazing Spider-Man, because they're tying in together. And man, is it fun! I have never seen a reboot of a series done quite in this way and quite this well. Usually reboots are just okay, if that. But this is almost like, for anyone who has ever been interested in the Fantastic Four, but just never really read it, because I really didn't. And then, of course, they had the whole death of Human Torch, which I ended up picking, those up because that kind of got me interested in the storyline, the reviews that I watched online, and everything. And so I thought, you know what, this is a great time to jump on the Fantastic Four. So I did, and man, am I glad. Next up is Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the Death of Spider-Man story arc. And it is definitely very good. You have the original team together, and that's always great. I'm definitely. I really like the artist that took over, But now we're going back to the original artist, and that's fine too because I liked him. A lot of people prefer him, but I guess I'm one of the few that prefers the artist that took over once they renumbered it, and of course they renumbered it back. But I highly recommend anyone picking up all trades of Ultimate Spider-Man. It is one of the best comics, not in the Ultimate Universe, but in any universe on Spider-Man or just a superhero in general. Love it, and I'm not sure if it's going to end or not with this whole death thing. I'm not sure if he's really going to die, but I would be very sad. At the same time, I would be okay with it because that means one less book I have to pick up. Because if they're going to continue with Ultimate Spider-Man, it's so good that I have to pick it up. Next is a tie-in to this is the only reason why I picked it up for the Death of Spider-Man. It's the Avengers versus New Ultimates. This is, of course, the Ultimate line. And at first, it did not connect whatsoever with Death of Spider-Man, but I just had faith they were going to make it happen. A lot of people didn't care for this at all. I kind of did. I kind of liked it. I thought it was interesting and fun. You don't need to read this, but if you want to pick up another book, which I guess that wouldn't be a bad one to pick up. I'm going to start being a little quick here. The next is a series that started recently, Venom. I was really pissed off about this $3.99 starting point. Marvel keeps on saying that every new comic's going to be $2.99. It's not. It never is. Rarely is it ever $2.99. This one, of course, is $3.99. To me, that says greed. It didn't need to be a $3.99 comic. It's a new comic, for crying out loud. Don't make it $3.99. But they did, and of course, I bought it. Sucky thing is, it's really good. It's another really strong first issue, and I'm trying to fight to buy the rest. But being a Spider-Man fan, it's hard not to. I hate you, Marvel. Please stop making all these comics $3.99. Love-hate relationship with Marvel. Next up is a comic that I dropped recently, Invincible Iron Man. Now, the only reason why I dropped it is because they went from $2.99 to $3.99 on me, and I thought, you know what? I love Invincible Iron Man. It's one of the best ongoing comics, but I could easily pick these up on trade. I want to pick up a bunch of the past issues that I didn't get to read on trade. I'd love to get them in hardback. This is the last issue I got, but I have to say, I'm sad that I let it go, but it was time. But I will continue to read Invincible Iron Man on trade for every trade they put out. And another reason why I dropped this Invincible Iron Man comes out on trade quickly and efficiently. So you're going to be able to read everything at some point. So I'm fine with not being like perfectly up to date. I can read it after the fact. Next is the Avengers book. Another title I kept on dropping and picking up. The thing for me is I love this artist, Bendis. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like his art, especially on Avengers. A lot of people have resisted it. On the other hand, I love it. It's a sketchy art. Sometimes he gets sloppy, I'll admit it. When I was reading this, it was really awesome art, and then all of a sudden the artwork got crappy for a few pages, and I'm like, what? But it was obviously because he was rushing it. He's a timely guy, so that was pretty obvious. I wish they wouldn't do that, especially for a $3.99 book. But I keep on getting it. I actually dropped it from my saver, but I keep on picking it up anyway because it's such a good read for me. It's what I like about comics, this type of writing. So even though I dropped it, I'm going to add it again. Yeah, stupid me. The next one I'm showing is one that I don't read anymore, and that's New Avengers. This is the last issue I have. I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was time to start cutting comics, and this is one of the ones to be cut. It's not as good as the Avengers Prime one, the one I just showed you. New Avengers is very good, and I can't say don't get it. I would say get it if you're just going to read like Avenger books and you want to pick up Avenger books. I also read Secret Avengers and Avengers Academy. Those were both good, but they weren't as good, and I dropped both of those. Next up is one that I added recently. I jumped on at this .1 issue. This one in the Iron Man .1 issue, which I don't have anymore, but I did read it. Those are the two best .1s that I've seen. Some people didn't do it right. The Spider-Man one was only good if you're going to be reading Venom. It should have been a Venom .1. Obviously, you can't do that because it didn't start yet, but it was a very good issue, but it's not about Spider-Man, about Venom. This was a great issue about Cap. I've always loved Captain America. Never really read his ongoing series, and this was like a great opportunity for me to jump on. If you want to read Captain America, get this issue. It is what you need to feel like you're all caught up, sort of. You know, like you feel like, oh, okay, I don't need to read any back issues. I can just continue forward. Again, a $2.99 comic. Hopefully it stays that way. I want to go ahead and show you the issue I picked up afterwards. Of course, it's a $5 issue because it's a special 70th anniversary issue. It was really a bunch of stories put together, kind of similar to the Ultimate Spider-Man 150 issue, which I absolutely loved. So I didn't mind go ahead and dishing out the extra dollars for this one. And it really has nothing to do very much with the story arc. So you could get the .1 issue and then the one after this, if you'd be perfectly fine. But I got it because I love Cap, and I kind of like these anniversary issues where they put a bunch of different stories and different artists together, like the 150 Ultimate Spider-Man. My last one here I'm going to show you is one I picked up. Another character I always wanted to read. This is the .1 issue of Thor. It wasn't as good as a jumping on point. It's more like a solo story. It's almost like a one-shot. Like, I'm not going to pick up Thor after this. I think I'm going to be picking up the Mighty Thor that starts here soon. But I think I'll just pick up Thor trades instead of picking up the single issues. I can't say that the artwork isn't fantastic because it is. I can't say that story writing isn't great because it is. It's just that for a .1 jumping on point, it's not. It's just a one-shot issue with really good art and good storytelling about Thor. And since this came in between the ending of a current story arc, so Marvel's really hit and miss with these .1s. this is a great one-shot to pick up, but then it should say one-shot on it and not a .1 issue. Yeah, so those are my issues that I'm picking up that are Marvel, that are non-X book, that I have a separate posting of that. If you have any questions about what I think about anything more in depth, just let me know. Also, of all these comics that I showed, what do you think? Do you read any of these? Do you like them? I would love to hear from you. And thanks for watching.